Hey, I'm Orla from GBO, your women's gear review channel, and today we are reviewing the City Adventurer Backpack from Mopak. In this review, we have sectioned it off into summary, features, fit check, comfortability, how it feels on the female body. Gonna do a wee airline test, water test, pros and cons, and then rounding up the video with some final thoughts. And of course, if there is anything that we have missed, then just pop us a wee comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you. Okay, let's get cracking on with the summary. So Mopak are a London-based kind of born brand, but the manufacturing happens in Hong Kong. They produce affordable backpacks with gorgeous colours and designs. This is priced at £105. So it is made from recycled polyester, which is made from recycled bottles. It is a weight of 0.93 kg and it has a capacity of 17.5 litres. The dimensions are 30.5 by 18 by 44 in centimetres, and that is 12 by 7 by 17.3 in inches. This is the natural colour, which is absolutely stunning, and you can also get it in the black, blue and henna. This is definitely my favourite colour, but I did think through testing that it would end up getting absolutely dirty, but it's holding up okay. So this is definitely one of my favourites of their backpacks. I have also reviewed their sleek backpack. This one is definitely much bigger and feels a lot stronger, and definitely that classic everyday carry, but also a practical backpack. The padding is great. The silhouette is lovely. As mentioned, I absolutely adore the colour. I just find it quite urban and nice. It has some flexibility here on the front. As you can see, when you fill out this front pocket, it kind of forms to it, which kind of then loses its kind of nice silhouette to it. But other than that, it does sit up by itself. It has sufficient padding throughout the bag, so it really does ensure that any valuables that you have in there are completely safe. Mopak offer 30-day returns, free shipping on orders over and international shipping. They also offer 1 year assurance, so if you aren't happy within that year due to the craftsmanship, then you can get in touch with them and they would be happy to help. Okay, time to get cracking on with the features. So in terms of the branding, much like they're sleek, this is definitely more subtle, with the kind of logo embedded here on the front, and then on the strap here, depending on how you shine the light, they have their name written on that, and then on the straps as well, and some on the hardware too. In regards to like external features here, everything is quite well hidden. As mentioned, it's quite slim and sleek here. You've got two kind of hidden pockets, which is like your water bottle compartment or just a normal pocket. On one side, you do have a key lash in there, which is super handy for just swinging the bag around and having that sitting there. When the bag is fully packed, it can get quite tight in there, so it's nice to know that keys at least fit in that. And then on the other side is the kind of same pocket as well. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit my 500 mils, so you definitely have to go a bit smaller. So what I've had to do is place what I need on the inside of the bag, which kind of just takes up more space, and I feel like I'm not a fan of the kind of inside pockets here, but I get it to kind of go with the whole sleekness of this bag. But I'm just someone who prefers a water bottle on the outside, so it means I can just grab it from the side and not have to open up the pocket. The pockets are lovely though. The kind of easy clean material on the inside is really nice, so you can just wipe that down should you have any spillages. And then the pockets are just kind of hidden, and the flap just helps here to keep in line again with that just nice design, and also for the kind of water weather resistance. Now on one side where that key lash is, you do have a USB kind of port here holder. So if you wanted to place in your power bank in there and have your lead come out and have your phone or whatever device charging on the go, then you can do that. It's quite easy, and it has a hole that kind of leads into the main body of the bag, which we can kind of look at when we get into that. So keeping on to the external features here of the bag, I just want to touch on this top pocket that you have. I do love the kind of custom pillars that they have implemented here, and the fact that the colors really complement well with the brown, black and the kind of beigey creamy colors. It's really nice, and this is just easy to pull here. And inside, it's not a fleece lined pocket or anything, but it's quite stretchy. You can place like sunglasses or anything that you might need quicker access to. It's just a smaller pocket for more delicate. Then on the front here, you have a main body pocket. As mentioned, whatever you have in there, it is going to kind of bulk out, so just be aware of that. On one side, it leads you to one kind of pocket, and then on the other side, it is the same. Now, what I would have loved is if that opened up as a kind of whole pocket, so you could reach right through, because then you could place like your jacket over there. If you were wearing a jacket and then it got too hot, then you could place it through there and it kind of just sits. But they've opted for 2 separate pockets. And in this pocket, I've opted to place a camera, headphones, a brush, and then you still have plenty of space, but just being aware of the fact that what you have is kind of crossing each other. So you really only have full use of one side of the pocket, because then the other side of the pocket gets quite tight and you're only going to fit like slimmer items in there, which is grand if you wanted to fit like your passport. It is a nice feature, but not as practical as I would like it to be, because I just prefer that to be one pocket really, instead of 2 separate ones. But again, keeping in line with just having everything kind of hidden, you can flap it down underneath this flap here. Wouldn't that have been nice if that was like magnetic to kind of close it down? But again, it just has a nice feel, especially with the kind of colour in here. Stunning. Then moving on to the main party of the bag, it just kind of goes down in a moon shape. It doesn't open up fully like the sleek backpack. You're not getting into like a clamshell opening, you're just going into the top loading pocket. Bright interior, which is absolutely well appreciated, because lots of brands don't think about that. Now, just being aware of what you have in that front pocket if you wanted to kind of bend this down. Your first kind of pocket is a mesh pocket. Now, it is quite small, but enough to fit like little things in there if you wanted to grab a snack or anything that you wanted to grab from the top that you don't have to dig around the whole bag for. I've opted to pack this out with packing cubes for a couple of days away home in Ireland, so you can kind of see what you can get in there. Makeup bag, as mentioned, I can't put these on in those pockets because the umbrella and the 500ml are definitely too big. Then you have an extra mesh pocket if you wanted to place any more electronics in there, or if you had something that you just wanted to have an extra pocket to keep it kind of safe and secure, then you could grab in and know that that's where it is. The mesh is absolutely lovely. There isn't really enough like suction around that strap or that pocket there, so the stretch to it doesn't like suction back in. It's quite loose. So just be aware of what you have in there. It is that easy, clean kind of material. Again, much appreciated for that bright interior. But you could pack this up and take it away with you if you wanted to. But it is great for just an everyday kind of carry. If you have tech gear, if you have books, school bags, school stuff, anything that just you need to like chuck in and go with, then this is a safe place to do so, because it is well padded throughout. But just being aware, like things like this just takes up the space because you can't fit it on those outside pockets. So you do have your laptop compartment in a completely separate pocket, and I have to say the material in here is stunning. Well done, Mopak. That is something I absolutely appreciate, especially if you're putting valuables in there and you don't have a case like I don't. Then it's nice to know that it is well protected. Now, it does fit up to a 16-inch MacBook Pro. This is my 12-inch in there, and as mentioned, for your kind of USB port, if you wanted to place that through there and out through the back, and you wanted to put your wee pack in there, then you could do so. There is space for that here at the back, which is nice to know. But the whole space itself, if you wanted to make use of it, is, let's measure, I'd say about 13.5 at a max, and then across about 10 inches. So that's just the measurements of that whole pocket there to give you a better idea. Okay, now moving on to the kind of back system here. I do love that it just sits up by itself. That's quite handy and easy, so you're not having to worry about it flopping forward and backwards. The handle here is really nice. It's quite cushioned. It's just easy to grab instead of grab it onto the straps as well. The back system, much like the Sleek, is quite minimalist. You've got your straps here with the padding, the same kind of padding that is on the back here. There is no real like airflow or prompting of posture, but I have to say the comfortability is amazing. It's still really nice. There is still a lot of cushion here, so it still feels really nice on your back. The mesh is quite stretchy. On the straps here, you do have 2 loops. You don't have any kind of sternum strap, which I don't feel like you need with this bag. It's actually quite grand, but for long periods of time, I know for like maybe a 17 litre up to even 22 litre and beyond, you might start to feel like you need a bit more support depending on how you use your backpack and if that is something that you prefer to have implemented. Let me know below if you feel like the 17.5 litre that I have here needs a sternum strap. Be intrigued to know, but these are quite flexible, thin but thick. Like there isn't loads of padding, but enough to feel comfortable on your body. You've got your custom kind of hardware here and your pullers to adjust the straps to your own build and height. What is also nice is that they have implemented dangle stoppers, so you can just clip them in if you're not a fan of that dangle flapping about. Okay, time for fit check, comfortability, and whether or not this has passed the female body test. So this is what the backpack looks like on me. For reference, I am 5'6". It is really comfortable. Through testing, I've found no issues with it. Even on hotter days, although it doesn't feel or look like there is airflow, you're not getting too sweaty with this backpack, and there is a nice bit of padding here to kind of prompt up your posture, which is lovely. I feel like it just goes well, and it's quite girly and cool and funky. Curves well here around the girls, and I'm not feeling like it's rubbing or getting annoying. It's really comfortable, and it's definitely a pass. Okay, time for a wee airline test. The box that I have behind me is the replica of EasyJet measurements, so that just gives you a bit of a rough idea. We want to know, does it fit as a personal item? It does, but the strap is getting stuck. Would have been nice if we could sieve these straps a little bit, but oh my Lord have mercy. It's in, fits grand, so that's nice to know that you can take away as a personal item, and it packs up it well. You can quite bulk this out as much as you kind of want, and it'll still kind of fit with this nice small compact silhouette. So for the water test, as you can see, the water does run off this nicely, but just moments, especially around the zips and stuff. I wouldn't be getting caught in this for long periods of time, but enough to kind of deal with a little bit of drizzled rain. Okay, time for some pros and cons. Number one kind of pro is the laptop compartment. I definitely love a laptop compartment that is separate to the main body of the bag. I just feel like it's more secured, and especially with that kind of fleece line material there, that is gorgeous. The padding and the comfort of this bag, it is super easy and really great and comfortable. It's nothing overdone, it's to the point, it's affordable, it's easy, it's stylish, and it is something that you can dress up and dress down. And one thing that I definitely appreciate is those dangle stoppers as well. Some cons to think about: this color might just be harder to maintain. I'm intrigued to know over time and over a longer period of using this bag, is this gonna gather dirt a bit more? I'll keep you updated on that in the shorts. Should you want to know, you can just drop me a wee message and I'll keep you updated as I continue to review this bag, because this is something I definitely prefer. This is definitely my style for an everyday carry. If I could kind of place a color and also a shape, this would be it, but unfortunately I would just love those water bottle compartments on the outside. Just thinking for kind of city life, if you are using this as your everyday carry in busy environments, it would have been nice to maybe have seen a bit more anti-theft implemented throughout the bag. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then why not consider joining the GBO community and hitting that subscribe button. If you do happen to have a wee gander on their website and you're thinking about purchasing this bag or any of the other bags, then we would be forever grateful if you could use the links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.